1, 0.
Rich and Chris and Drive Time Smile Radio.
Sunday, Monday, happy days. Tuesday, Wednesday, happy days. Thursday, Friday, happy days. The weekend comes, my cycle hums, ready to race to you. These days are ours, happy and free. These days are ours, share them with me. Goodbye, gray sky, hello blue. There's nothing can hold me when I hold you. Feels so right, it can't be wrong. Rocking and rolling all week long. Sunday, Monday, happy days. Tuesday, Wednesday, happy days. Thursday, Friday, happy days. Saturday, what a day. Grooving all week with you. These days are ours. Share them with me. These days are ours. Happy and free. These happy days are yours and mine. These happy days are yours and mine. Happy days.
Welcome to the Rich and Limited Chris Show with Lee, live on Smile Radio. How are you doing, guys? Are you there?
Well, man, aren't you cockers?
Oh, very, very well, thank you. Very, very well indeed. Sunshine.
What's that music playing in background?
It's just a little thing that I've been playing around with on my desk. It enables me to do all of this. I can. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you. No, please stop, please. No. Oh, stop. No, please. Oh, we can have. There'll be a bit of... Welcome to the Rich and Limited Chris Show with Lee. Can you hear that? Can you hear that one? Smile Radio. How are you doing, guys? Are you there?
Well, man, aren't you cockers?
Oh, very, very well. Thank you. Very, very
can you
well
hear it?
indeed.
Yeah. What's that
Sunshine.
music
So,
playing in background?
coming up, we have the Citylightz.
It's
Just a little thing that I've been playing around with on my desk.
down
I can hear it, Rich.
Enables
Yeah,
me
it's
to,
still repeating
to do
itself.
all of this. I can. What is? Thank you very much.
Back, what you've
Thank you
just
very
been
much,
doing then,
thank you.
it's playing in the
No,
background.
please.
Is it?
Stop, please. No. Oh, stop. No, please.
Let me have a look.
Oh, we can have.
You two carry on. You two carry on
Welcome
talking
to the
while I
Rich
sort
and
this
Limited Chris
this
Show
madness
with Lee.
out.
Like, can you hear that?
What's
Can you hear that
going
on Smile Radio? How are you doing,
Lee.
guys? Are you there?
Tell you what did I say about his fingers?
Man, aren't you cockers?
Oh, very, very well.
What?
Thank you.
You
Very,
might
very
be
well.
pants apart from Greg's for £1.
He's been chewing on them, hasn't he?
Yeah, I
think-
What's up with it?
I think I've sussed it. It's all right. Carry on as you were.
What have you been playing about with? That's what I want to know.
It's Periscope's changed now. It's all done through Twitter, and I'm trying to get my head around the dashboard. And I'd got the volume turned up. So can you still hear that now?
No.
No, it's gone now. We're back to normal.
Good. Yeah, with me. I'm an idiot.
I thought you'd have improved through lockdown, Rich.
Well, I've got so much going on in my head, Anna. Do you know what I mean? I've got to remember to breathe in and out, keep away from the fridge. As you
Sun's
keep pointing out.
shining, it's raining. Up for bed, go to bed. A criminal genius in the making, I think.
Oh, bless you. So we've got Leon.
Hey, have you had your haircut since we've all come out of lockdown?
Me? No. I'm going to grow it.
Lee?
Yeah, I have, yeah.
I thought you looked a bit more svelte in face.
Yeah.
Have you had 3 stone of hair tech now?
Yep, that's the one.
Good lad. You look fresh. Poplar won't know what's hitting tonight when you walk in with Sam on, will you?
I know.
You off with Kirsty?
No, she's got a webinar and then she's got rugby training to pick girls up from rugby.
So what time she'd come in to drag you home then? About 3 in the morning?
No. I think they stopped serving at 9.
You are?
I think they stopped serving at 9. It might be late tonight. It might be 10 o'clock tonight, actually. But all their hours are all different.
It is cold though, isn't it? I mean, you don't want to be stood outside at 10 o'clock.
I don't know, when you've had a gallon, it's not too bad.
Huddling round Albert's Zippo lighter, he's still carrying front water in Ipanema. And he's still getting them stories. What have you done since lockdown? I've had my hair cut. I'm about getting my eyebrows waxed and shaped.
Good lad.
And the starfish is in good need of Great Barrier Reef bleaching. Never seen so much damage.
I bet.
And Richard, when you post stuff on Facebook and tag my name into Viagra, Male erection dysfunction disorder is a touchy subject, not only to me, but Pele.
Oh,
I think
Pele,
he's choking there.
Pele, if you're listening, I don't mean any offence at all. It was just a little leg pulling for my friend.
He tagged me in some Viagra thing. I'm thinking, if Pele could see this, he would be best pleased.
Pele. It's a serious subject. I apologise, Chris.
It's all right. Just keep tripping over it, though. You should take somebody's eye out for a change instead of legging me out.
I've never had that problem.
Looks like I've got something wrong with me. Just keep falling over for no reason.
That's all brewdog you've been supping.
I'm trying to abstain during the week.
Oh yeah, and how's that working out for you?
I just had one last night. By the time I thought, instead of having a cuppa, I thought I'll have a beer, and that's about it. Can't do loads. Can't do
Which
loads.
brewdog are you having then? What are you
What?
drinking, brewdog wise? What are you drinking?
It's either Hazy Jane.
That's nice,
Oh, Jack.
actually, that is a gin, yeah.
Yeah, it's probably the nicest one. Or if I probably have the original as well. Every now
Morrison's
and
do
then.
a good selection. Different.
Oh, do?
Morrison's at craft beers, they have a good selection of
Yeah, they
craft
do.
beers
What are you
online.
drinking, Lee? Just Budweiser today.
Today I'm just on Budge, yeah, because I don't know what I'll be having. I might go on Guinness when I get into pop.
I went up to Flat Top on Monday. You know when you're allowed to. So they've done a little outbuilding. Well,
Yeah.
outbuilding.
But side, where you get two cars in,
Yeah.
car park.
They've built a metal frame and they've put a couple of pieces of perspex in. That's about it. And
Is
yeah, but I mean to be fair, the steel works good. I think you'll put welding to bits though, to be honest, Chris.
So,
But they had no Guinness.
and what did you have then?
Oh,
Couple of
Guinness.
baby shots.
I had to have Carlsberg.
Oh,
Oh God,
What the hell?
I'd have stayed in and drunk stuff from sheep's bladder across from your field.
I've
In fact, I'd have walked across Sahara Desert with a clammy sock rather than drink Carlsberg.
definitely.
Oh, Richard.
I couldn't do out, could I? I couldn't do out else. I were there, so and I wasn't going to walk anywhere else. You know.
Is
what
that
I
all
mean?
they had? Carlsberg.
Oh, Maria had Alston Via, because she's hardcore.
Why didn't you have one of them then?
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, that's right. You missed that bit at Endley. Hardcore.
Hardcore.
she's hard, isn't she? I'm crap at drinking. Anyway, as tradition, as we normally do, we're going to play last week's featured artist song from the shop window, Out of Reach, and we'll get Luke on from the Citylightz straight after this. So don't go anywhere. You listen to Rich, Lee, Chris live on Smile Radio. And if you've got any questions, we're on Facebook Live, Smile Radio Yorkshire, Instagram and
I've
Twitter.
won.
You what, mate?
Why Carlsberg?
I don't know, mate, because I'm not in charge of ordering it beer. I'd have had Guinness. Anyway, this is Out of Reach. You've completely thrown me. We're right back after this, hopefully with Luke waiting in the wings.
Papers say that times they are a changing.
Hey, this is Doug.
This is Pat. This is Andy. We are Council, and you are listening to Rich and a Little Bit of Chris show on Smile Radio.
Get that smile.
Keep that smile.
Get that smile. Welcome back to the Rich and a Little Bit of Chris and Lee show with our special guest, Luke from Citylightz. Are you there, Luke?
How's it
Hi,
going,
Luke.
guys?
How are you doing, mate?
Hiya, Luke. You all right, pal?
I'll tell you what, you've just shattered an illusion that I've had for my whole life. I thought when people were playing songs on the radio, they were just having a dance, having a good time.
We do normally in the studio.
Is
It's
that
just-
what you do?
We're all in
It's not
different
like you're
houses.
waiting for the next one.
You should have heard us before. You were taking the Michael out of me because he thinks I put a bit of holiday weight on from 7 years ago.
Oh, right. So you're saying you wasn't dancing because I was watching? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, I got a bit camera shy.
He ain't dancing because he's only got his underpants underneath there. He hasn't got his big boy pants on today. His wife's not at home to finish the article off. And don't read into that euphemism any other way than from pulling his pants up and not down.
I wouldn't. I wouldn't.
I don't want another telling off 3 weeks after event.
Exactly. Gets done every now and again, does that, Chris?
Every now and then I get reprimanded.
So how's life treating you, Luke, considering?
It's all right, mate. It's not bad. It's not bad. It's just a bit. We're in this grey area, aren't we, where the pubs are pretending to be open, but they're not really open. It's a bit cold.
Yeah.
Fed up with the long.
Luke, think about these people who are now going out dogging now. They're
Who's
it's
going
cold.
dogging?
You are?
Who's doing that? You're doing that.
No, well, I've thought about it, but I ain't got a car. I've lost my licence. So I just look very weird walking really slow, going like pretending I'm in a car like that,
Yeah.
tapping on the windows with a couple of head torches. Couldn't have the same effect.
It's not working.
Well, plus it's cold.
Yeah.
And they don't. I think it might be faces that pull out the window. They don't let me in.
They think you're gaining, that's why.
I'm just doing that. You know when you used to put your lips on and blow your face, and you look like a baboon.
Yeah.
I do them, and they hear one or two screams in back at car, and then you see two flashing lights, and you have to run off into it once. So
Yeah.
Well,
I thought it took all comers, Luke. Obviously, they're quite choosy around where I live.
Yeah. No, not for me. Not for me. I'll be honest. But yeah,
Anyway,
it's a bit weird.
getting onto your music, Luke.
Go on then. What about it? It's all right. It's pretty good, isn't it?
we like
We
it.
like it. We like
Yeah.
it. We definitely like it. Yeah.
And
We like it.
yeah,
Otherwise,
some of your songs
I wouldn't have got in touch, Luke.
It's good. It's good.
you told me you'll get in touch every week to fill that awkward silence, Rich.
No, I've got you for that.
I was gonna say.
Awkward.
There's no dead air where you want, Chris.
So then, Luke, as soon as you've
Go on.
nicely blown your own trumpet saying it is good music, I will concur. And
Thank you.
I'm going to be honest,
Oh, go on.
Where you gone?
it's
Oh.
quite diverse, isn't it?
It's a little bit diverse, yeah.
No, well, I mean, you've been reviewing comparisons to Arctic Monkeys and the specials, but with a lad that raps, it gives you a different edge. I was talking before you come on.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you've ever heard of a band called Gangster Grass in America.
No.
Right. Let me explain this premise to you. It's a fiddle band that plays country music. However, there's one specific album, they have a rapper on it. And it's all very grimy, true to life. You know, they're getting a political point across. And one or two of your songs, especially Prove, I thought that was probably the standout track I've listened to from you. And that was from 2 years ago, wasn't it? That was an absolute belter.
If you like that one, you'll like some of the new ones. Some of the new ones are a little bit similar to that, a little bit gritty, a little bit, got that same sort of sound to it.
You've not been together long, have you?
No, we've been together donkeys, mate. This is our second bed.
It's like a reconstruction of band, isn't it?
Like a rehash. And when we got back together about 2 years ago, I think it was, it's all brand new since then. We might as well have changed the name. I don't know why we didn't, to be fair. But we did talk about it.
I like the Citylightz. I like the.
I'll be honest, look, you think about it. Look at damage they did when they rebranded Snickers and marathons and stuff like that. Stick what people know you, because I've been reading your book.
That's what we did. But I think the thing was, because we distanced ourselves from the old music, because if you listen to our songs 10 years ago compared to our songs now, they're completely different. You know,
Yeah.
I mean, you could tell it's us, but it's miles away from where we wanted to be. So when
Yeah.
we ditched our past, we thought, shall we rebrand and start again? And we just didn't. We kept the name, and we went go with a new track. So it's a bit weird when people say, how long have you been together? I mean, technically 10 years, but really 2 years, if that makes
Yeah.
sense. So
Yeah.
it's a bit of an odd situation.
I really like the sound and how it lays out, and there's a couple of songs that I really like, and I can see, you know, you trying to get a point across. There's one, and because you've been compared to with by the specials, and I mean, obviously, Ghost Town talks about, you know, the inner city struggle, and there's a song that you've done. I wrote it down. I think it's proof. I think what I touched on earlier, it seems to be going over what the specials said 20, 30 years ago. There doesn't feel any real change in the area that they live. Is that what it's sort of getting at? And obviously,
it just shows you that nothing has changed in 20, 30, 40 years. You know.
Yeah, I think it's about that. Yeah. So, and I think you know, with the sort of comment that you know, similar to the specials, I thought it was quite relevant that Proof would just say exactly the same thing that Ghost Town was all them years ago. And I think, you know what, right? You cut away from the 1 or 2 F-bombs that he drops in, the points he makes. and no, but I get that.
Yeah.
Some people will just cue into that odd F-bomb that he drops or whatever. Yeah. But the point he's getting across, it's right. It's a George Orwellian society that we're now transcending into. And I think it's fantastic. And this is 2 years old. This is 2019.
Yeah.
And I think, I mean, how relevant is that nowadays?
Yeah, very.
I mean, Urban Decay, it's not going to get any better.
Absolutely. No, it's going to get worse. Yeah, get worse. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, look, people say, though, you know, who are your influences and who do you sound like? And we say a bit like the Arctic Monkeys, a bit like the Specials, because that's what everybody else says.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When people ask us, who do you sound like? We're just like, I don't know.
Citylightz.
We're the 3 of us, the main 3. So you've got Ad on lead guitar, I'm the rhythm guitarist and singer, and you've got B, who's the rapper vocalist. We've been best mates for donkeys. 10. Me and Ad 15 years, me and B 10 years. All of us have been really good mates. Now you can imagine we all listen to completely different music.
Yeah.
I'm into my 90s Oasis, Stereophonics, you know, a bit of the Specials and that sort of stuff. But I like a little bit of rock and roll, Guns N' Roses, AC/DC and that. Now B, the rapper, he don't listen to rock music. He listens to hip hop and you know, old school NWA and stuff like that.
That is old school, is that in it? NWA and that, yeah.
He's into all that sort of stuff, you know, that old school hip hop vibe. And then you've got the lead guitarist Ad, who's into the rock and heavier rock, like, you know, Guns N' Roses, your AC/DC, but also like your Avenged Sevenfold and stuff that's like a little bit more heavy. So between the 3 of us, we've just covered a massive range of.
And it shows in your music, though.
But the music comes just because we're mates, and he does something, I like the sound of that, let's have this on the top. And he's like, well, why don't we put this on? And because we're all putting our influences, but we're all mates, and we all know what we like and what we're used to, and it just sort of works.
It works
together.
well, though, doesn't it?
Yeah. There's no intention about it. Like, we don't 1 minute go, let's go and write a fucking rock and roll song, or let's go and write an indie song. Or it just is a tune.
Is that what you do? Is that what you do then when you get together? Do you sit down? 3 of you sit down and then write your songs, or do you just get like an idea and then pop them together and then you add your own little bit in?
Somebody always comes with an idea. So somebody will come with like that little riff. So Proof, for instance, that intro, Ad the guitarist, he came. I've got this little dun 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 dun, and that was it. All of a sudden, B will go and have a mountain of words just off the top of his head, like a fucking dictionary. It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
You know, you're playing something, he's just bang, and here's a verse, he just starts talking, like, Jesus. All that stuff where people are like, he's fucking clever. I'm like, he's just doing that, like, nothing.
Just to remind you, Luke, we are live on radio, mate.
Oh, apologies, mate. I swore.
We'll put a disclaimer out. So it's all right. We're going to play your first track. I'm going to play. It has got expletives in my life. So we'll put a disclaimer out. So if you're easy offended, we do apologise, because obviously we're still out on drive time. But you know, we like to keep it real as well, though, Luke. But you know,
It's only got a tiny swear in that one. It's only a
Yeah.
little one.
Yeah, it's a little bit.
To be fair, you've swore more than the song.
To be fair, when I jump onto an interview and someone talks about dogging, I think anything's fair game.
Well, yeah,
This is it.
I
This
suppose
is
so.
it.
Yeah,
Chris does set the tone, you see.
yeah, yeah. It's your fault again, Chris. You're getting done.
I know what we're coming. There'll be a pep talk tomorrow morning and walking down.
Oh, you've had it now. You've had it.
No, we're pretty chill, to be fair, but we try and keep it to a minimum. I'm surprised because we've been mates for 30 odd years,
Yeah.
and like before we turn the mics on, the conversation goes off
like
in
a tap room.
Yeah, it's a completely different. But I can't believe I don't think we. Oh, I'm saying that now. I touch wood. I don't think we have actually. I don't think either one of us have dropped.
No.
Oh.
I don't
And
think
I've
we.
just come on in 10 minutes and dropped about 40.
Don't worry about it.
Hey,
Joe.
don't worry,
You're
Luke.
not the first, mate. You definitely
No.
won't be the last either.
Don't worry, Luke.
Do you know what?
I'm only pulling
The
like.
lad, you know what, the lads are like it though as well. We're the sort of people you just take us as we are, and no matter where we are, what we're doing, we just bang. This is us. This is
Yeah.
what we
Yeah.
are. This,
Yeah, I like that. I like that.
Well, that's what we're like on the. I mean, none of us are trained presenters. This has been a dream for me to work on radio. Or, well, you know,
Yeah.
we've been going 3 years in July, but I had an opportunity 20 odd years ago, and I kicked myself every day that I didn't take it. But for whatever real life got in the way, and it didn't happen. So we've set this up. The whole premise of the station is supporting independent and unsigned music, and I absolutely love what we're doing. And we've gained some gravity, and we've momentum now, and it's been, and like I troll through, I get hundreds of submissions of music a week. I mean, I contacted you, but I mean I've listened to you for a while, and there's various other bands that I've listened to, and I'll just drop me a message. You fancy coming on? And it's basically just who did we have? Reclaim Vienna the other week. What were he called, Chris?
Oh, God, he did it in his kitchen. Did he
Yeah.
interview? He gave
And
us
he-
the guidance out of his house.
Yeah, with showing his wardrobe.
Well, and he forgot he was on radio because he says all I want it to do is I want it to be unsanitised. It's just a couple of lads having a chat, talking about
Ryan,
music.
wasn't it? It was Ryan.
Ryan, that's it, yeah. And he just said he sent me a message yesterday, and it really meant a lot to me. He sent me a text message after saying really loved it, one of the best interviews I've had. And he went on for about an hour and a half, wasn't he? And he just said it was just just having a chat and talking about your music and promoting what you're doing, and that's what we're about. We're not, so don't worry, I am only pulling your leg. Do you know what I mean? So don't worry about that.
Well, I thought we were going to talk about his best dreams then, Rich. Mine would have gone off big quickly.
Yeah, I'd have blocked you and put music on. So I think we should play a song. What do you reckon? What do you reckon, Luke?
bang on.
So this is My Life by Citylightz. You're listening to Rich, Lee, Chris, and our special guest, Luke from the Citylightz. We're right back after this. We're on Instagram and Twitter at Smile Radio 3, and we're on Facebook Live and at Smile Radio Yorkshire. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
This is a great track, is this, Luke? Right.
Yeah.
If you had a clue about what I've been through, what I have had to do to get to this point in time that it's taken to reach this location, my dedication has put me in a situation so I can do what I like. I keep doing it right. That's why you act hyper like you wanna fight me on sight. I stand in situ, expose you to be a bitch. You developed your own issue with all of my successes. Yes, it's a little unfair, but that's what comes from investment before you had hair on your testes. Testers of time, I know I'm next in line, cause I'll be now here with my neck on the line. Let me live my life while you look at the highlights. Let's skip through the timeline, I made up my mind. So just let me live my life. Let me live my life while you look at the highlights. Let's skip through the timeline, I made up my mind. So just let me live my life. What have you said? What have you done? What are you on? Is it a fact? Has it been backed? Do you stand for anything you say, or is it all just an act? A whole bunch of lies in a disguise. We ain't with that. Hit the road, Jack. I do it all on my own, on my jacks, and I live my life fully to the Pepsi Max. I used to worry about people liking me. I to me, man of integrity. Don't know why they just won't let me be. I still get the jealousy, that's all it'll ever be. A distant memory when you see all of my successes. Yes, it's a little unfair, but that's what comes from investment. Before you had hair on your testes, testers of time. I know I'm next in line, cause I've been out here with my neck on the line. Let me live my life. While you look at the highlights and skip through the timeline, I made up my mind. So just let me live my life. Let me live my life. While you look at the highlights and skip through the timeline, I made up my mind. So just let me live my life. Just so you know though, I found my mojo. Came to me like bingo, so I played it Ojo. You know life's no joke, you don't want no smoke. Cause when I get my shot, I promise I won't choke. Grab it with both hands, I won't miss my chance. It's all part of my plans to make sure I advance. Money where my mouth is, we don't do no finance. When the fat lady sings, that's when I dance. Yes, it's a little unfair, but that's what comes from investment. Before you had hair on your testes, testes of time. I know I'm next in line because I've been out here with my neck on the line. Let me live my life. While you look at the highlights and skip through the timeline, I made up my mind. So just let me live my life. Let me live my life. While you look at the highlights and skip through the timeline, I made up my mind. So just let me live my life.
Rich and Chris and Drive Time Smile Radio.
Welcome back to the Rich and a Little Bit of Chris show with Lee and with us, Chris, obviously. Don't forget Chris. And our special guest, Luke.
You're quick to forget me, aren't you?
Right.
Chris.
Well, thing is, Chris, Luke, it used to be Rich and a little bit of Chris show, and then Lee come on about 6-7 weeks ago. So we need to work out the right
Vernacular. We need you.
Yeah, what he said.
What do you think, Lee? Where do you think you sit in the packing order?
I'm quite happy at the back, B. To be fair,
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
quite happy with that. Yeah, that's fine. It's always been Rich and a little bit of Chris.
But
With
the-
Lee.
Look,
But-
you
but
know
the-
when you walk around your local town and you see a tramp sat in bus stop and he's bumming for tab ends and he's drinking frosty. That's Lee.
Oh yeah, he's also very complimentary as well.
Yeah,
I was gonna say charming.
isn't he? Yeah, if you ever want a truth and you want to know, you know, if you're not easily offended,
If you
don't
ever-
ask him.
and you want to feel
Don't
really
ask
good
him.
about yourself
Did-
as well.
Yeah, you say, what do you think? You know, like, what do you think to this T-shirt? Bit tight, that fatty. That's Cheers. Thanks, Chris. Well, you are.
Luke, how did he manage to get the word testes into that song? Because that's a piece of lyrical genius.
Do you know what? We didn't even know until a couple of rehearsals in. And then I think it was Ad looked, he said, "You saying testes?" He was like, "Yeah, I've been saying it for weeks." And that was it then. We was crying. We was absolutely crying. And then we did have a quick chat, to be fair, conscious about radio and can you say testes on the radio? And we were going to change it. I think in the studio, which went, nah, just leave it. If the radio don't want to play it, sod them.
Exactly.
But it flows with the song, though, doesn't it?
Oh, it's brilliant. It's a great line. It's a great line. It's the first time I've heard that song since we released it, to be fair. I've stopped listening to it.
Because what I was going to say, how often do you listen back to your own music? I mean, I know when you're playing it and do you actually listen? Because I mean, I've got a playlist that we've got.
Normally, Yeah, I'd listen to them quite. I'm probably our biggest fan, to be fair. I'd probably give us the most streams, and the lads do as well. But I've had a bit of I've got a bit of a beam up on it about this whole release, My Life, and the new EP, and so we put a note out. I don't know if you saw it last week saying that we're delaying the release. It was supposed to be gone out by now and pressed to vinyl and whatever, and we've delayed the whole project. We're not quite happy with how it's come out. So we're just doing some more work on it again now, including My Life. So we're hoping to have a new version soon. So I'm a bit peed off with it at the minute, I'll be honest.
You haven't fallen out of love with it, have you?
Yeah, massively, to be fair.
Really?
Yeah, it's been a nightmare. I mean, we've not told anybody this. We've not even said why. We've just said to everybody, we're working some stuff out. We're delaying the track. But, we put all this effort into this record. And in the studio, when we heard it, it was fucking brilliant. It's by far our best collection of music, that we're going to release. And the mixes came back, and they just weren't sitting with us. They just weren't doing the job they were supposed to do.
Did you pick that up first time you listened to it when it come back, or did it take numerous listenings to say, I'm not happy?
This is the problem. The first listen, it's the fucking best song in the world, because this is the first time you hear that record you wrote properly back. So it doesn't matter how bad the mix is. You think it's amazing. Like, yeah, this is My Life. It's going, it's pumping. And you play it 50 times. And then 3 days and you listen to it and go, actually, that's a bit naff, that is. The guitars sound a bit dull, and this is a bit loud, and this is a bit rubbish. There's no space here. And then your head starts to pick up all this stuff.
Yeah, you tend to find that, don't you? Especially when you've been working on something, obviously you're concentrating on everything, and you're obviously, and then you do need a couple of days to go away, and then you come back and listen to it, and then you start picking levels out, and you start picking little bits out. You might have so many guitar layers down, and then you pick them out, don't you? And then obviously when you're not happy and you think, no, we're not going to do this now. We're working too hard on this. It needs to be done properly.
Yeah, and then the
I
problem
totally
we
understand what you're saying.
As soon as we got down that rabbit hole, it was continuous. I was on with the producer every day. He was on with me. Just bring this vocal up. Just bring this one down. Get the guitars. No, it don't sound right. Do the drums again. Do this. And we'd listen to the record that much that we all just fucking hated it.
Yeah, you did enough.
Just hated it. We hated the record, and I've just gone, you know what? Forget. I can't do it. I can't listen to it. It's terrible. And then we had a bit of a sort of eureka moment when after we finished the project, and it was kind of, right, we've got to go with the best of a bad bunch, whatever one we think's great, that's what's getting released, and it is what it is. And then our producer, who was working on it, went back to go and work on our first EP, so we were having it remixed and remastered for its anniversary. And he sent me this version of They Don't Know Me, one of our first singles, back. And I've put the headphones, and within a minute I went, that's it. That's the sound. That's the mix. That's where we want to be with everything.
Yeah.
So we did the old stuff, and the old stuff's so that's standard now. So now we said, look, let's have a week or two off the new stuff. Let's not listen to it. Let's not bother, and let's readdress it.
Clear your head again, and then come back with a fresh. Yeah.
Start again. Because
you can over listen to it, can't you? And then before you know it, you don't ever want to release it yourself. Yeah,
honestly, that's the point we've got to. I've been fuming with it, absolutely fuming. The lads have been the same, and it's not anybody's fault. It's just we just got stuck in that rabbit hole, and
because otherwise you tend to find as well. Then when you come to play them live, if you know what I mean, you're not going to give it all. It's not going to be there. You're not going to love it playing it live, and that. I think, and then you can put that out as well, can't you? And then people can tell. If you get fed up with the song and playing, because I've done it myself, and it's like, oh no, can't believe we're playing this stuff.
We're an all or nothing band. Like I said, we're all or nothing people. So if we get this record back and we hate it, we'll just put it in the bin, like it never existed.
Yeah.
I can't release a record. I can't happily promote.
You're putting your name to it though, aren't you? So it is a reflection on yourself, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly that. So we're having a little bit. Yeah, we're wrestling with it at the minute. So I mean, we recorded this in December. What are we on next? Well,
April.
This should have been
middle of April, aren't we? So
this was supposed to be gone. By the time you get around to mixing it, you're talking the end of April, get it approved by early May, and then you've got to do a bunch of stuff before you can start releasing it. PR packages and getting it out there and getting it in Spotify and all the systems and sending off for the vinyl and all that business. So we're probably talking end of May. early June now, earliest, for a record that was supposed to be out in February.
But
Yeah.
are you happy with that timescale? Because it will be the article that you all three of you want.
Look, I'll release it in December next year as long as it's a great record. That's what I think our statement said something along the lines of we want to give you the best quality record that we could possibly give you, and that's what we want for ourselves. So it takes as long as it takes.
Do you have a big fan base, Luke? I know this is a.
We do. We do really well online. We're quite popular at local shows and stuff. We've got for an unsigned band. Now, keep in mind, we're completely unsigned. We've got no management, no PR company. There's 5 lads and a guy who does the artwork, and that's it. That's the band. That's everything you see. That's us.
Yeah.
Literally in my cupboard down there, I've got like 50 boxes of vinyl. So whenever someone orders a vinyl, I pack it myself. I take it to the post. We're literally our production company, our publishing company, everything you name it. We do it all ourselves. So considering that we're completely self-made, we're doing quite well.
Good.
Good.
Yeah, we're
Because
doing
your,
quite well.
your music is good though, and I think it will. I mean, I like it, but I'll give everything a listen. And my Spotify list is bizarre what I like and what I listen to. but I honestly think that you could garner some of your songs will definitely garner traction. With just how things are and the social aspects, and it's people can grasp to what you're saying. I just think it's relevant and it's good. And I add back to the proof. It's just a fantastic song.
It's to me, when I first started listening to it, I thought I've heard this before from somewhere, and I don't know why, but I tend to do that myself, because when I like a song and I really like it, I feel as though I've heard it before. Do you know what I mean? But
I know what you mean. Like, then you say,
catchy.
how does this remind me of something else? It's just something that catches you. Yeah. I also think that how you rap and sometimes play, it's a bit like the streets as well. Dry your eyes, mate.
I said that today with a guy at work about the streets. Yeah, I mentioned that.
It just sort of has that streetsy feel. Even it might not be intentional, but just sometimes how he sings and then he'll rap a bit, and I think that might spin.
Well, when you think about it, you got Mike Skinner from Birmingham. I mean, we're from Wolverhampton. A couple of us are from Birmingham. We've all been brought up on a council estate, council houses, gone to public schools.
That's all us. We grew up on a bigger council estate.
We've had that same upbringing. So whatever Mike Skinner's come up with, we've been the same. So that's where you probably got that. And the accent's very similar as well. It took us ages to admit that we had an accent. To be fair. In the music, everyone's like, "You guys, you sound like you're from the Midlands." I'm like, "No, it's just music. It just sounds like it is." And now, like, the glass is sort of shattered, and we can hear it. So, bloody hell, I can sound like from the Midlands.
Yeah, but it's something like Arctic Monkeys coming from Sheffield. That's very, very Yorkshire.
Well, it was until the couple of albums. They started to,
he grew his hair basically and made himself.
It did, didn't it?
Look,
his hair lost his accent.
With up himself, I think.
Well, also it's a reflection of where you're from, of some of your songs as well, look. So you don't know lose identity.
No.
Yeah.
Be proud. We need to start being proud of where we're from, and the accents and diversification. It what makes us all. So you don't really want to.
Of course it does, yeah.
You don't want to melt that away, do you? Then because you just
no, absolutely not.
A run of the mill pops, band and stuff like that with no real identity. Apart from something that's manufactured to scrub away every existence of where you've come from.
Yeah.
Like asking Beatles not to sing Scouse.
Yeah, exactly. It's like I said before, that we're not here to please anyone. We're not here to make it. I mean, great, we've got fans and thanks, and you support us and you buy the stuff and you really push the music, but we're not there to please the fans. We're there to just make great tunes, please each other, and have a good time, and just make great music.
With it and a few beers,
that's what it's all about for us. The fact that people pick it up and push it, it's absolutely amazing.
Well, if it's all right with you, Luke, I'd like to play They Don't Know Me. I know the remix. Yeah, is that all right, man?
Yeah, bang it on.
So, Chris, I don't know if you probably can guess that Lee is our musician. He's played a bassist in a band, and he's got more technical knowledge in regards to what me and Chris have. I just know what I like. I'm a definite layman. So we'll come back and no doubt Lee's dying to ask you about what pedals you use and all that kind of stuff. So,
Oh, yeah, mate. I've
Yeah.
done it on
So-
the years.
so hold that thought,
Yeah.
Luke. Don't get too
Do it,
don't
I'm
because
in.
he'll get
I'm in.
excited. A little bit of wee
I'm
might
in.
even come out from Lee.
Yeah.
So just wait. Just hold your horses, Lee. Calm down, flower. Right, this is They Don't Know Me by Citylightz, and we'll be right back after this. So don't go anywhere.
One thing that I will never be is upset when they're upset with me. In fact, that's my remedy, my therapy. It's like music to my ears, sweet melodies of their jealousy, egging me on, telling me that I'm done. So I go in as if I was invited for a +1, but they really didn't like it. Name ain't on their list, that's up and don't watch me right here till I X you off the list. So don't you get too excited. I don't care what they're saying. They don't know me at all. They don't know me. They don't know me. They don't know me. And I can't stand to hear all of your lies. You don't know me. You don't know me. You don't know me at all. They can't stand me, wanna bang me 'cause I'm yappy. Kiss the girls and make them cry, won't let them use my hanky. Bang out of order, skipping across the border till you need a dose of this as if it was a doctor's orders. Goddamn, the kid ain't got no respect. Call super nanny, haven't seen me on the naughty step. Real piece of work, after work, I'm a party boy. Me and bad self tag team on the Marty Boys. I don't care what they're saying. They don't know me at all. They don't know me. They don't know me. They don't know me. And I can't stand to hear all of your lies. You don't know me. You don't know me. You don't know me at all. Be about, no doubt. Can't blow me out. Ain't no candle in the wind. The winners will always be the prosperous leaders, not the followers. You try and tell us what to do, you'll never be the boss of us, and ain't no stopping us. Like a freight train, we gon' get heavy on them like we was eating weight gain. Use my bros, my brain, too hard to be sane. If you gon' keep up the pace, then better keep out my lane. They don't know me at all. They don't know me. They don't know me. They don't know me at all.
I'm Lee from the far north, and you're listening to Rich and a Little Bit of Chris on Smile Radio. And a little bit the far north.
Welcome back to the Rich and a Bit of Chris show with Lee and our special guest Luke from the Citylightz. Loving that. I think
That is a great tune, that, isn't it?
Isn't it?
I
love
like
it.
that.
It's
So
carried us, to be fair, for a while. It's done us some justice. It has.
It's catchy, it's got everything in it. It's got
No,
a
I
bit
like
of guitar in there, and we'll go on to there when we start talking a little bit of tech. But yeah, it's got a bit of everything, has that.
We almost didn't record it, to be fair.
How
Why?
come?
So there's two stories about this song. The first one is, so when we first wrote it, I wrote the chorus. The chorus and the chords was me, and that's what I took to rehearsal. Like, guys, got this new tune, have a listen to this. It was a little bit slower, to be fair, a little bit slow, but the same song, all the same. And we are so critical of each of our music that if everyone don't like it there and then, it's in the bin. We have binned so many songs, it's ridiculous. And I took it in and I showed everybody, and I think we had a little jam. We tried it out. It was, it's not happening, Lou. Gone. And that was it. I never even made it past that stage. And I think a couple of weeks later, we'd had a couple of beers, and I tried to sneak it in again. And I think the one practice, we tried to sneak it in, and we sped it up a touch, and then the other guitarist came up with that little riff, the little sounds a bit like Cream, Sunshine for Your Love sort of thing.
Yeah.
Came up with that little piece, and then that was it. Then the song just wrote itself and made itself and became like one of the big tracks in our set. And then it was one of the first ones we recorded. So when we first started back out this new band, we recorded all of our demos in our local studio ourselves. We took our laptops and just recorded all of our instruments one by one and whatnot, and just had these rough demos. And They Don't Know Me was just called Don't Know Me at that point. It was one of the ones that was on that sort of EP demo thing. And then we started going to a studio in Birmingham called RB Studios, where we started to properly try and record these tracks. Again, Don't Know Me was the first one we did. So we'd already recorded it as a demo. We'd already recorded it in the studio. So when we said we were going to Abbey Roads, we knew we were only going to do 4 tracks. And everyone was like, yeah, but we've already done this one. I'm like, yeah, but let's just do it again. And it took me some convincing to get the guys to do that song again. And if we didn't do it, I don't think we'd be doing what we're doing now. I don't think we'd have ever got to EP2 or number 3.
So what were Abbey Studios like? Sorry, Ted.
God, it's unbelievable, mate. Honestly, I mean, we still talk about it now. The first time we went, we were like school kids. You know,
I can imagine.
We never thought it'd be a place we'd ever visit in our lives. You know, I remember 5 years ago, I was in London with my mum and dad and whatnot. And we was walking past Abbey Road. I said, "Oh, I'd love to go in there. And one day I'm going to get in that studio. I'm going to go and do something." And then, you know, a few years down the line, there we are. We're in there. We're doing it. But, do you want to see some of the footage we've got, like loads of behind the scenes stuff? We're going to release it all soon.
Yeah.
We're just like kids in a sweet shop.
Well, I put your video on the website, you know, with your on the featured artist page, the YouTube video. Yeah, I'd love to go. I'd love to go look around there and just drink it in.
Yeah, it's amazing. It is. You know, so many famous records has come out of that studio. So many famous musicians. You know, so just to be in there was, just, you know, it was massive. It was mega.
How did it come about then?
We just got in touch with them, and there was emails flying about, and we paid a fair chunk of money to be fair.
I can imagine. But it's not
wasn't a
cheap.
Studio, and that was it. We was in. I think when we decided to go, we was in that other studio, RB in Birmingham, recording Proof. I think it was. We were doing Proof and whatever song we did at the same time as that. We were 29 at the time, me and Ad, and we said, imagine going to Abbey Road. We should even get him for our 30th birthday. It was just like a complete novelty thing at first. Like it was, we never thought we'd get it in a million years. If we did, we never thought we'd be able to go and do a record there. And the more we just went down that rabbit hole and got in touch with them and spoke to them, and we had to sign all these fucking contracts and non-disclosures, and we had to pay. So you know, when we filmed, we had to pay for the right to use the name, and there was all sorts involved, loads of contracts and stuff you have to sign, and that was it. It was there.
Nice.
Rock and roll.
Yeah,
I'd love to say that they phoned us out the blue and
Do you fancy coming down?
Can you come down? And,
Do you know what?
You guys have got to come and play in the studio. I mean,
Do you know what? I think you've got poetic license, Luke. I just say, the contacts. Yeah. Just play it down. Yeah,
we just phoned them and said, "Can we come down to the studio?" There's like, "You the guys from the Citylightz?" He's like, "Yeah, that was it. He was in." I should make up something cool, something better, shouldn't I? But like, we called them up and said we were Bon Jovi. And they put us in.
Yeah.
The record, that's it.
Come on.
Well, at most studios, studios are accessible, within reason. They're accessible to bands and
Did you have to? What were they like as regard taking your own gear in there as well? What were the certain things
Fine.
about that? Or were they all
I know,
right?
absolutely fine. They're expensive to hire like their additional gear. So if you want to use their drum kit, there's a cost, and if you want to use they can get quite costly if you start doing all that. So they're all right, just take your own stuff. You get one of their engineers anyway. So we took our own engineer, but we got one of their engineers as well. So we had two engineers on the day. But it was good. It was a great experience. It was more the experience than the session itself. I mean, there's so many things we change about the session, knowing what we know now and having the experience we've got now.
Definitely.
About the record, there was a lot of issues we had. I think for an hour and a half, we were arguing about the hum on my guitar. My guitar was getting some feedback from somewhere. I think it was the lights or something was interfering with something. And when we stood in certain places in the room, it was worse and got better. And we spent a good hour and a half like arguing about it. And I think I walked into the studio in the end to the engineer and I said, look, just fucking record my guitar or get me a new one. This is ridiculous. Let's just get on with it. And now we regret it because we're like, oh shit, we should have fixed that hum. It sounds a bit shit on the record. But we tried to rush it to get the job done. We thought we were only in there for a short period of time, and we had a lot of songs to do. And we just didn't think we'd
get it all done.
Tried to rush it. Yeah, so we sort of rushed it. And then when we went back a second time, we sort of thought, right, we know the score now, we know the sound, we know what we're doing. But then we tried to cram an extra song in, so we did 5 instead of 4. And in the same amount of time, and I think we struggled a bit there. I think 2 of the songs came out not as good, and we might as well have done 4 great tunes as rather than just having 5 and 2 of them not so great. But you live and learn. The session is what it was, and you just got to live with it.
Yeah.
On that note, then, what kind of what gear are you using then, with regards guitar-wise and what have you? Have you got a collection of guitars, or is it a certain one that you just like?
I've got 2. So for the first 2 records, I used a Fender Strat. It's like a vintage series, 1956. So it's got it's proper back to early days of the Fender Strat, really vintage sound, proper old school and that. And Ad, the other guitarist, he uses a PRS. He swears by it absolutely. So he uses a PRS. So he's used that for every single record we've had on. But for the first 2, I used the Fender Strat. I use a Fender Princeton amp.
Right, yeah.
He used a Fender Reverb Deluxe, I think it was. We had 3 amps. We had a Reverb Deluxe, we had my Princeton, and we had another Princeton from Abbey Roads. I either used the Princeton or the Reverb Deluxe. I can't quite remember which one.
Yeah.
But the key to our sound, I'll be honest, like that tone, that guitar sound, the distorted guitar sound, we've got these pedals that Fender made. One called the Pugilist, and it's one of the cheapest distortion pedals I've ever bought. I think it was £86 brand new.
Right.
Guitar pedals get pricey, ridiculous prices.
Yeah.
Mate, it is awesome. It's that brilliant. We haven't took them off our board since. We've used them at every live show, on every single record. We absolutely swear by them. If anybody wants that great tone and looking for the similar sort of sound to what we've got, that pedal is one of the best.
Right. What as regarding when you went into Abbey Studios, did you when the engineer come, did he basically go through the drum kit, set everything up? Did you have to pay for the microphones, or were it certain mics that you say we want to use these?
You're entitled to the whole studio. You can have whatever you want. We sent a big inventory list in, so our producer who came with us, he sent in a big sheet of, right, I want to use this mic on the drums and this one on the guitars and stuff. So we've got a big list somewhere of all the mics that we actually use.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
For the session.
Because a lot of people, well, I know a lot of old drummers. I don't know what your drummers like. The SM57s for the snare.
Yeah.
And you know, to get that tight snap on it.
Yeah.
And obviously there's loads and loads of different things. A lot of people what people use and what have you. And as regards your kick as well, you know what I mean. Your kick drum, and it's like, oh yeah, but because a drummer that I used to play with, he had the you remember the click-on mics? They just clip onto them, and to me, you never got that proper sound out of them.
Not the same. No, not the same. I'll have to dig it out one of the times, sending you in all the stuff that we used. I mean, we didn't pick any of this stuff. That was all the engineer.
Yeah.
We just picked our core gear, our guitar, our amps. We used Abbey Road's drum kit. So both times when we went, we used some of the pictures. That's the house drum kit that we used. And the bass player, he just went straight into the desk.
Yeah, did he just DI straight in there, did he?
He did. So on the first 2 records, we went DI to the desk. But on the new record, the Rockfield record, we actually used the bass amp and mics.
Right.
Because we weren't happy with the DI sound. The bass was one of the biggest gripes we had with the Abbey Road records. It just sounded a little bit flat and not energetic. It didn't have that pump we were after. And for the Rockfield stuff, we took the bass amp and it made a massive difference.
Yeah. No, that's
Can I ask you a question? I know this. Can I just?
Sorry, Chris, go on.
Right. I know this might sound really daft. You said that your drummer used the Abbey Road drum kit.
Yeah.
Did you have to familiarise yourself with it? I know your drum kit's a drum kit, but it's not his though, is it?
Do you know what? He did a little bit. To be fair, he had a bit of. I was busy doing something else, but I remember he was having a bit of a faff for half an hour because his drum kit's weird. He uses, so you normally have like a snare, a rack tom, and a floor tom.
Yeah.
He's got a snare, a rack tom, a floor tom, and a floor tom.
Oh, so he's got a double floor tom and just one rack tom, right? Yeah.
So
Yeah, I've seen that setup before actually. Yeah.
So that's his setup, and then all of a sudden at Abbey Road, he had a rack tom, and a floor tom, and he was going, he's having a picture.
Hey, I tell you what, the funny sods are the drummers, They are funny, but when it comes to the kit.
Though, if I walk into
definitely, yeah.
I'd be exactly the same.
We once recorded with and we had a drummer, and he had a double. He had basically like 2 drum kits put together. He were a proper rockhead, and we weren't a rock band, but he were absolutely insisting that he's going to play all the. And the guy out of Shed 7, it were the drummer,
Alan,
and he were his studios, and he just said to me, I was like listening to him, watching him setting up and saying, trying to get this night, and he's like, oh yeah, he likes to hit every drum, doesn't he? we keep telling him we need to like cut it down. And we kept stripping it away. It was like taking a rattle off a baby. Do you know what I mean? No, you can't. But yeah, set up with drum kits and things like that. Yeah, it's basically backbone of the band as well, isn't it? So you need to get that sound proper. You know what I mean?
I say to people don't understand how important drums and bass guitar are.
Oh, don't say that, Luke. Oh no! You've walked into it, Luke.
You're on the Christmas card list now.
You've walked into it. He's lined you up, and
I say it every week. We are the backbone. We are the spine.
I used to run the guitars, I used to play the guitars, and we're the rock and rollers, and all the energy and all the punch comes from the drums and the bass in the records. When you've got your headphones, you're gonna feel that sound, that
I
movement.
totally agree.
That's all drum and bass. The guitars and vocals and the sparkle on top of that. And it's only recently we've sort of, we used to be like, oh, fuck it, that's what the bass is, it's the bass. And now I'm like, where's the bass not bassing? I need more bass.
Yeah.
But they are the backbone of the band, definitely. Definitely.
Oh, you've made his day, Luke. You've made his day. Oh, if you were there, he'd probably cuddle you.
I wouldn't say, mate, honestly, I wouldn't say that to my bass player and drummer.
No.
Oh, no.
Oh,
Get to the back. Stand at the back.
yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Right then, I'm going to ask you, Luke. I've got either Swinging Bombs or I'm a Rock Star. Which one should we go with?
Swinging Bombs, sorry.
Do you know, everyone's going to say Swinging Bombs, isn't they? Everyone's going to, Swinging Bombs. For some reason, I mean, we knew it was a great tune anyway, but it sort of just became a fan favourite as of late. Like, in the past 6 months, 8 months, in lockdown, people have just really found a strong liking to it. Rockstar for me, when we did it, it's a good record. It's quite gimmicky, isn't it? Like, it's a bit like that fucking Nickelback tune, that rock shit one, that Rockstar.
Oh, I'm a Rockstar, yeah.
I was never a big fan of it, to be fair. The lads liked it more than I did.
I thought it reminded me a little bit like Just Jack, Blinded by the Light. Is it Just Jack?
Yeah.
When he sang about being a pop star, like through a relative, he had that sort of feel to it.
Yeah. I mean, it's a good record. It's not bad. It's not it's not on the top
Right.
of my favourites list.
Right,
I'll be
well,
honest. Swinging
swing,
Bombs.
swinging bombs it is then, big man.
Yeah, Swinging Bombs. Do it.
Let's do it.
Chill.
Listening to Rich, Chris, Lee, and our special guest from the Citylightz, Luke, live on Smile Radio. Don't forget, if you've missed this show, you can catch it again on our website on demand. Go to our website, www.smileradio.co/on demand. You can listen live, or you can download the podcast for £1. Happy days. Right, we're right back after this.
See me, I'm the best in the business. Anybody talking different as if I could bloody business. I create a divide while I collect my dividends. You heard it all before, so let me show you what's the difference. I'm feeling like Mike Tyson, come from a different block, taking music to new levels. You know you hit the boss, and we just do this for sport. We ain't playing games, we don't take shots, we bury whenever we take aim. And if you think that I'm lying, step into the ring and put the title on the line. Heard your tunes, heavyweight. What you expect? I'm a heavyweight. When the bell rings, you know it's nothing long. Come out the corner, straight swinging bombs. Heard your tunes, heavyweight. What you expect? I'm a heavyweight. When the bell rings, you know it's nothing long. Come out the corner, straight swinging bombs. And you don't wanna fight. Beat you so many times with the left, you're begging for a right. From every single angle, you feel like you're surrounded. Look into the corner, praying someone throw a towel in. Move like a butterfly, sing like cheese. Did I just get run over by a HGV? Head-on collision, pound for pound, we're the best in any division. Straight KO, don't go to no decision. You think that I'm lying? Step into the ring and put your title on the line. Heard your tunes, heavyweight. What you expect? I'm a heavyweight. When the bell rings, you know it's nothing long. Come out the corner, straight swinging bombs. Heard your tunes, heavyweight. What you expect? I'm a heavyweight. When the bell rings, you know it's nothing long. Come out the corner, straight swinging bombs. I don't think that they get it. Don't sweat it. I'll give it to 'em raw, no edit. If I said it, I meant it. And no apologies. Speaking my mind is my main quality. You wannabes will never fill these old school wallabies. Delivered with lifetime warranties. Cause I'm one of the anomalies that'll throw shots even when I duck, dodge, bob and weave. Heard your tunes, heavyweight. What you expect? I'm a heavyweight. When the bell rings, you know it's nothing long. Come out the corner, straight swinging bombs. Heard your tunes, heavyweight. What you expect? I'm a heavyweight. When the bell rings, you know it's nothing long. Come out the corner, straight swinging bombs. Come out the corner, swinging bombs. Come out the corner, swinging bombs.
Hi, it's Wild Horse here. I'm Jack.
And I'm Henry.
I'm Ed.
And you're listening to Smile Radio.
Yeah, well, you're listening to Rich and a little bit of Chris with Lee and special guests from Citylightz, Luke. How are we, guys? Can you still hear me?
Oh,
Yeah, we're still here.
Yeah, the power of technology. Zoom. I tell you what, I wish I'd have got
Can't
him.
wait till all this Zoom gets rid, you know.
You what, mate?
Can't wait till it finishes. Oh, I'll tell you what, I just want to get it studio with him instead so I can start throwing stuff about and cans and stuff, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's something to look forward to because like, I'm only a 2 foot half weight and Doddy's about 6 foot odd. You know,
And a bully.
Yeah, and a bully. He'll bite me head, snap me in half.
Just like to look after a pair of you.
Yeah. A kidney punch and a rabbit punch is like a term of endearment from Lee.
Yeah. But you meant have a doubling gasping for a breath or say, just get up soft.
Because he's winded you and you dropped your chips. Anyway, cheers.
Cheers.
Loving that, mate. Loving that. I do like that. I've played that. I think there's that and I think what we played before, the They Don't Know Me. I think they're my two favourites.
I say the wrong words on the Swinging Bombs.
Yeah.
No one's ever called us on it. Yeah, the chorus. He says, come out the corner, straight swinging bombs, which makes sense. You're in a boxing ring, you come out the corner. I say, come round the corner, straight swinging bombs. Every single time, it makes no sense whatsoever.
I'll listen to that. I didn't picked up on that. The thing is now I'll hear that all the time.
Yeah, I mean, because my accent, the way I say it, I think I said I'd come round the corner. I don't think I pronounced the D. But yeah, I say cut off. Thought it was come
I like
round.
that because it's like a loose. You know, you can relate to boxing in that. I mean, there's that song. Reverend and the Maker, they did Danny Champion of the World, and that had the same.
Yeah.
And Elbow did a song with Richard Hawley, The Fix, and it's about horse racing off the album Seldom Seen Kids. Not the same sort of feel, but the same sort of nice, sporting. It's all very, and I like that. It's another one I like, but it is quite punching. The music sort of, you know, you can imagine yourself throwing a massive haymaker, missing, slipping, knocking your teeth out on curb and getting smashed all over.
Pretty much,
so picking your lesbians.
Yeah. That's it.
And then all your mates have got you on video watching, and then it's on Facebook getting destroyed.
Yeah.
Dark days coming. Dark days coming, Luke. You can see it, can't you?
All right.
So, Luke, do you ever get up to God's County then?
Say again.
Do you ever get up to God's County, Yorkshire? Do you ever get up this way? Have you played up this way?
I don't think we have we? I don't know. I don't think we have.
Would you like to?
Yeah, definitely.
You make that sound any more wrong?
Well, the reason why I asked, look, we're in the latter stages of hopefully signing for our own live music venue.
Yeah,
so,
awesome.
And we'd like you to come up and play.
Yeah, definitely. 100%. No, I appreciate that. Yeah, we definitely come and play. Definitely.
So,
I mean, again, we don't turn down gigs. Like you name it, we'll play anywhere, any place, any time. You know, as long as we can make the gig, we're on it. Definitely.
Yeah, we'll have a chat about
set
that.
Up then? Have you got a list of dates coming up, or have you got anything set? Or you're still just waiting, obviously, until we're allowed to do what we can do?
That's exactly what we said, because we moved a lot of shows around in the beginning of lockdown. We had a big headline show at the O2 Academy in Birmingham, and then there was a few others and people have bought tickets and we're like, oh, it's not this day, no, it's this day. And we put all of our efforts into promotion. And, oh, it's not this day, it's this day. And we just get down and down. And then in the end, we said, look, we're just going to knock it on the head. And we cancelled it. And we said, look, we're not going to book a show now until, well, you know, late May when things actually open up, you know, start. Yeah. I want to see people in restaurants. I want to see other bands playing gigs. I want to see, you know.
I think we're still a long way from that as well, aren't we? I know pubs have opened. It's like a quasi-state, because he can pull plug anytime he wants, can't he, really?
We said the same. All the festivals started announcing the festivals were on, and everyone got excited about live music again. I am telling you now, there is not going to be a festival this year, not a single festival.
No.
And if there is, it's not going to be a great experience. It's going to be socially distant.
Yeah, it's going to be policed, isn't it? Yeah,
There's
definitely.
There's going to be a lot of stuff involved. And for me, I mean, I wouldn't say I wouldn't play a gig like it, but I just wouldn't like to take that live buzz away from the music. You know? I'd rather wait. The same with the record. I don't want to put a record out I'm not happy with. I'd rather play a gig that everybody gets the most out of. You know, so
no, I think that's right. I think that's right.
So I can't see much. I can see small venues getting back this year. You know, I can see small.
Well, we reckon once all the madness is over, our venue should be able to hold between 500 and 700 people. Yeah. So it's a decent sized venue.
Yeah, it's good. Sounds good.
So yeah, I'm excited. I've been there today just to finalise one or two things. So hopefully we've agreed verbally we'd get the heads of terms across. So hopefully. So
what's your plan? Are you going to put on like weekly shows, monthly shows, or?
Well, probably weekly. Weekly. There's all sorts of other stuff that we've got in the pipeline, but it's sort of going to be like we've got hopefully a little 4 to 5 little areas for like street food. So so there's more reason than one reason to come, but predominantly it's going to be about live music. So because we're all about independent and unsigned, we will have original acts, but the whole premise of it is we want unsigned and independent artists to be to support them. And I've organised events where we've had bands and there's literally 2 men and a dog, and I mean the band, like you said, the bands just want to play and they don't care who they're playing to. But for me, one of my big pet hates is when then two men and a dog are there and they're having their own little conversation and not even showing the courtesy to listen to the band. That drives me effing mental. It does. I hate it. I think, but why bother coming in? If you're not going to listen to it, you might as well off. Do you know what I mean?
You get it quite a lot, to be fair. It's difficult with unsigned bands as well. 'Cause when you want to build with 4 bands, everybody brings their own fans. So say everybody brings 10 fans, there's 40 people in the room. Those 10 people only care about band number 1. Those 10 people care about band number 2, maybe band number 1. Nobody cares about band number 3. Do you know, it's that bad.
Problem,
I've watched, band number 1 have a room full of people. Band number 2 comes on and nobody's there. Band number 3 comes on and everybody's back in the room, and I'm like, that's ridiculous.
Yeah. Well, I did. I went to there's a band called Big Rooster Jeff, and they were playing in a thing in Leeds called the 360 Club, and there were 4 or 5 bands. Loz Campbell were there as well, Chris.
Yeah.
And she's a fantastic rock guitarist. She's brilliant. She's got real attitude, and she's only about 21, 22, isn't she, Chris?
22, anyway, it's her birthday today.
Oh, is it? All right. Happy birthday if you're there, Loz, if you're listening. But the whole premise of that, they could only play original music, which for me was brilliant, and every band had to wait. They couldn't leave till all the bands had played. And I just thought, what a brilliant idea. Because if they left, they've blocked the ink pad, you know what I mean? They can't play again. Because if you're not willing to support the other bands that are playing, and that's what it should be about. It should be about all of that. And that's why we'll get a decent, I know we're going to have to pay some decent money, but to get, an original act. But if they're not interested in supporting new music, well, I don't care who they are, they won't play at my venue. So,
that's fair.
But I just want it to, and I think now, especially now where everybody's, I can't wait to go see a live gig. I can't wait.
I think you're in a position there where I think so many people will appreciate the live music scene a lot more. I think you'll get a lot of people out at gigs who wouldn't have been ordinarily, or people going to a lot more gigs. I think
we've said exactly the same. Yeah, definitely.
So you do realise it's a contract now. You don't have to sign it, but you've said it live on air, so you'll come and play.
Absolutely. We're the sort of band we will play anywhere, anytime. We've played in front of 2 men and his dog, in front of 1,000 people. It makes no difference to us. It's all about it. As long as we can make the date, we make the gig, we're there. We're in.
Right. We'll have a chat anyway, definitely. But hopefully we should have everything, touch wood, by mid-May. Hopefully we'll have it all signed and the deed done, and then we've got to get some work done on it. So yeah.
What are you calling it?
It's going to be called Smile Bar Venue. So it's all going to have all the logo. It's the Smile, same logo. So the radio station's going to be upstairs. We're going to hopefully eventually have a recording studio up there as well.
That's wicked.
And the plan, we would like to have our own label as well, to help support new music.
Yeah, that's cool.
So
that's good.
I've got some news about that, actually.
Oh, go on.
I've got a bit of news. I've got somebody. I've been talking to somebody the other day, actually. That's been a part of getting their own label and having their own label and working with some really top guys. So I forgot to mention that. I'm going to speak to you about that a bit later, actually. Yeah. So I'll let you know about that.
But yeah,
it's not enough people, starting labels. It's so important. All these bands, Oasis would have never have been the band they were if it weren't for Creation Records and Alan McGee.
Yeah.
Putting the effort in, putting the love in, because people don't. The industry's weird, very, very weird. It's very, very cliquey and
very fickle.
But most festivals and radio shows and stuff only tend to put stuff on from labels. So to have label representation, that's somebody else who's not in the band, invested in the band and pushing the band in a different, more business-minded way, as opposed to, we're musicians, all we care about is being rock and roll stars. Some might be a bit more clever about marketing than others, but fundamentally bands just want to be musicians, they just want to be in bands. And there's not enough people doing that record label side. I think it's sort of got lost in the mist, the past 10 years or so. Now you got your big, your Sonys are still going in that, but there's no small independent labels bringing up.
But that's the frustration. You've got the big three, aren't you? And they pull, as far as I'm concerned, they pull the pants down on the artists and you know
course I
you're lucky if you get between 12 and 18%. I mean, don't get me wrong. There's a lot of outlay, and as you know, hiring Abbey Road Studios, a lot of money that's involved in getting things recorded, getting promotion, and all the rest of it.
Yeah.
But for me, there's things that we can do, and I wanna give everybody an equal bite of it, you know, because without the artist, you haven't got the music. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I know it goes hand in glove, but you shouldn't have your pants pulled down. Do you know what I mean? So.
Agreed.
But
you know, people are complaining nowadays. There's not enough guitar music. Why is guitar music not popular? And that's because there's no venues backing bands. There's no labels pushing bands. There's nobody's bringing up that next set of rock bands.
Yeah,
now that's the way I feel about it. I feel like the past 10 years, who have we got? You know, name me a rock band in the past 10 years who have been relatively successful.
It's a struggle.
There's not been many.
No.
No.
But yeah, so that said,
But hopefully that goes well. Yeah, hopefully that goes well for you. It'll be good.
yeah, well
Great
that's the
stuff.
plan. It's been a long time coming, but we're nearly there with it now. So that's when the fun will start. But you know, like I said, the whole thing, like with the radio, me and my wife, we subsidise this. We don't get any sponsorship. We don't get any commercial
amazing.
input. It's everything that we've done is, you know, I've converted my garage into a studio.
That's brilliant.
So I don't have far to go for another Guinness. You know, I've just got to go run upstairs.
That's a great one. Create a radio show just so you can sleep with 2 Guinnesses and get out of the way.
Even
Yeah,
my-
I do
yes,
it.
I've got 4 women in my house. I am definitely outnumbered. So, right then, babe. I want to play another song. I want to play James's tune.
Oh.
Is that no?
Now play it. I mean, it's one of my. It's at the bottom of my list. That
Is it?
Obviously, James, the bass player, he loves James's tune because it's his tune.
Well, I
And-
quite
and a
like
couple of
this.
the other-
Oh,
I do.
Luke.
Yeah.
Look, it's not
honestly,
all
this
about
is-
you, love. Hey, come on,
What-
share the love. Come on.
I tell you what's quite interesting though. One thing straight away. So you played the new one, My Life, new single, but then the rest of them you picked were all from that first EP.
Really?
Yeah, none from the second. We found that, to be fair. That first EP, that first time Abbey Road sort of defined our sound and our status in the music world. And the second EP was massively overlooked.
Right then, I'll play James's tune, right? And then you tell me what you want. What song do you want playing next? Off your second EP. Yeah.
If I was to play one, a big one for the band, I'd go second EP. I mean, if you want something rocky and energetic, Too Late. That was like, it's a bit like our proof of the second EP. That one's quite good. Or Thousand Dreams is one that's done really well. It was never a single, it was just a passing track on the EP, and it should have been a single, really.
Well, I'll
It's
tell you
like
what I'm
our
going to do.
football anthem.
Just for you, I'm going to
Come
play
on.
Too Late. We'll play
on,
James's. We'll play James's later. All right? Is that all right?
Oh, I appreciate it. I mean, it's all right. It's a good track.
No, we want to keep you happy because you've made the effort to come on. I know the rest of them might be working, but we'll let
I
them
hope
off.
I hope James ain't listening now. Imagine that. He's probably crying.
He's
Well,
he's
don't-
probably just turned us off now. He's right. That's it. I'm off to the fridge.
Don't worry, James. We are going to play it because I've got it lined up. But what I'm going to do is we'll play this. We'll play this now for you, and we'll play James's song. But in fact, we'll go straight into it. So
Go on,
is that all right?
Yeah.
Yeah, sounds good. That's a good compromise.
Yeah. So James, and don't forget if he's missed it, he can catch it again. He can go to our website and listen on demand, or download the
Do you know
podcast
what?
for £1.
If honestly, if the lads miss anything, they always catch back up and listen. They all, we're always trying to listen to every single show that plays. It gets difficult sometimes because we get a lot of support from the underground scene, but we always try to at least listen live or get on there or tune in afterwards.
Well,
We're
I will
always
send.
trying to share stuff.
I will send you the link to the website when I upload the show.
Post it out.
Right, so
Post it out.
this is Too Late. We'll be right back after this.
It's give and it's take. We give and we take more than we give. Give us a break. We've got enough on our plates. Still need to eat, got these families to feed. Overdue dreams that go back further than my hairline is receding. Stay on the track till the task is completed. I'll make it one day. You know we believe it, so keep trying to blow until they stop us breathing. Keep trying to blow until they stop us breathing. Fake smiles when I'm breathing, and tigers in my back when I'm leaving. But now it's too late. It's too late to say you're sorry. Fake smiles when I'm breathing, tigers in my back when I'm leaving. But now it's too late. It's too late to say you're sorry. Never too old to make this thing happen. Keep up the grafting, ain't no time for slacking. Two Fender Strats and you know that we're backing. Don't sleep on us cause you won't catch me napping. Already know down which road that we're heading. Ain't in my Lego in different directions. We'll make it one day, you know we believe it. So keep trying to blow until they stop us breathing. Keep trying to blow until they stop us breathing. Fake smile when I'm breathing, and tigers in my back when I'm leaving. But now it's too late. It's too late to say you're sorry. Fake smiles when I'm breathing, and tigers in my back when I'm leaving. But now it's too late. It's too late to say you're sorry. 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 It's too late, 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 it's too late to say you're sorry. Fake smiles when I'm breathing, and tigers in my back when I'm leaving. But now it's too late, it's too late to say you're sorry. Fake smiles when I'm breathing, and tigers in my back when I'm leaving. But now it's too late, it's too late to say you're sorry. It's too late to say you're sorry. It's too late to say you're sorry.
One, two.
Colonel Bacchus, he's your host. Yes, the host with the most. With the song he's singing that'll make your ears bleed. Colonel Bacchus is a DJ. Yes, the craziest DJ. He plays movies and music, and it's strange as the Godzilla thing. From the dubstep noise, loud bass on top of that, to the shrill of the giant shrews, the oddest, weirdest, strangest show the radio ever knew. Colonel Bacchus is the host, yes, a host that won't toast. What a kook, what a ruler, what a nightmare come truer was he. Colonel Bacchus radio show from Tennessee, Fridays at 6 p.m. on Smile Radio.
That you can't win, that you can't win. If this was the end, my friends, well then we'll start again. You can't give up now. If you ain't gotta give, you ain't gotta give. How you supposed to die if you ain't never lived? You ain't ever lived. Who's next? I'm telling them that's me. I'ma go ahead and make them call 4G. So give me any track, you know I'm on this. Because I run this for the full 100. Hussein, Hussein, I'm insane to the membrane. What are your men saying? Keep it 100, I ain't in the playing guess games. Hand on my heart like I'm suffering a chest pain. You can't lose something that you can't win, that you can't win. If this was the end, my friends, well then we'll start again. You can't give up now. If you ain't gotta give, you ain't gotta give. mind as some kind of substance. Make a necessity for everyone in your bunch, and you'll end up like an overnight lost in spaghetti junction. Sod it, I'ma build a rocket, fly to the sky, put the stars in my pocket, keep them for myself, start my own damn collection, cause I need more space than a bloody Jetson. You can't lose something that you can't win, that you can't win. If this was the end, my friends, well then we'll start again. You can't give up now. If you ain't gotta give, you ain't gotta give. How you supposed to die if you ain't ever lived? If you ain't ever lived. Tell me how you supposed to die if you ain't ever lived. Oh, tell me how you supposed to die if you ain't ever lived.
Hi, it's Matt from Apollo Junction here, and you're listening to Rich and a little bit of Chris's show on Smile Radio.
Welcome back to the Rich, Chris, Lee show, and our special guest Luke from the Citylightz. I like that. I
do as well.
Well
Yeah.
done.
Both of them.
No.
Yeah, it's the James's tune again. So that was a record that wasn't supposed to be on the first EP. Wasn't we were supposed to record Elevator. Have you heard Elevator? It's on the second EP.
Yeah, I've heard
so-
of that, yeah.
We were supposed to record Elevator on the first EP instead of James's tune. And then what it was is we did a session for the BBC about a month before we went into Abbey Roads. And we recorded James's tune on that session live. And when we were first going to Abbey Roads, we weren't going to do an EP record. We were just going to do a live performance. So we said, oh, forget it. We've already done James's tune live for the BBC. Elevator live for the BBC. So we'll do James's tune for Abbey Roads. And then we ended up doing a proper record. So James got to sneak it in. He was quite pleased with that, to be fair. Yeah, it's my, I mean, it's probably James's favourite, but it's my least favourite record of ours.
It's really good.
I like
Really good
it.
music.
I really like it.
Yeah, I do.
Well, yeah.
So we need,
You're
we
not
need
going to bully me to change his
no,
mind.
no, but we need to get James on and find out. You know, we'll get James on.
Can he ring
James
it?
loves it.
Call her. Line one now.
I mean, to be fair, if you ask, so I mean, our guitarist, he likes it as well, but B, the rapper, he's the same as me. We're like, no, it's not. I mean, it's a great track. We always say it's a good track, but just by our preference.
So, what's your favourite?
Probably They Don't Know Me. It's the big one for us. It's a great track, and it's just done so much for us.
Yeah.
You know, it's given us a lot of opportunities and put us in a lot of spaces. Well, I'm a big fan of Victims and the Victors as well, off the first EP.
I was just about to. I like that one as well.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I mean, that first EP is a great piece. If you compare the first to the second, the first EP is a lot better by song standard, I think. And the second one, we were decent. There were a few good tracks on there, but it was more.
What do you mean different, better by song standard? Do you mean you're trying to appease or please a far greater spectrum of listeners?
No, I think that they naturally just do. Yeah, I think that they're more well-rounded, fair audience songs. Do you know what I mean? Like anybody can listen to them and go, yeah, that's a decent track, that. Whereas I think the second EP, there were Too Late on there, which is a little bit of a. If you're not into rock music, it's a bit of a tough one to swallow. It's quite an aggressive song. You know, Elevator's quite quick-paced. It's like 200 miles an hour. It's quite punchy. It was just a different EP. And I find that those first songs compared to the second 5, they were just a higher standard for me.
But could you put that down to transitioning how your music wants to go as well? Take away the songwriting because you.
No, because Elevator should have been on the first one. It was already written. Thousand Dreams is 10 years old, which was on the second one, so it would predate anything we'd ever done.
Yeah.
Nation of Ravers wasn't as old as number 1, but it weren't far after. So it was written in the same band of songs. So it was very similar.
So your EPs are quite eclectic, aren't they? For the time scale sort of thing.
Yeah.
There's no chronological order, is there, to follow
No.
to it?
Apart from this new one. So this new one, we went into lockdown in March. I think, when did we start coming out the national? It was kind of like August time when things kind of opened up a little bit. So that's when we were let back in the studio. So the second they said you can get back in, none of us had written anything. We booked one session, got in the studio, started working on some new stuff. And we'd had the basics of 1 or 2 songs, but nothing concrete. And that day we went on the studio, we went, right, let's book in the studio for December. So we booked in to Rockfields to go and record number 3, EP number 3. And we never had a single song. We just had one session in August where we had a jam and that was it. And then we booked in the studio every week. It was our getaway. It was the only thing we could do. We got to a studio, 5 lads, we got pissed, we just took loads of beers and just had a drink and had a laugh. And as weeks went on, one song came and then another song come. And actually, My Life and another track, I think One for the Road, those 2 songs were only written 2 weeks before we went into Rockfields. So, they were very new songs. But that's the first time we wrote 5 songs in a space of time that became a record, if that makes sense. So all of our other records are, we've got 10 songs, well, we'll take that one and we'll put this on, where these were written for that record specifically.
Oh, that's, it's, I think because you've got a lot of songs. I mean, obviously, you've just said that there's a couple of tracks that you don't like, and well, obviously, they're not your favourites. I suppose you don't.
Yeah.
I suppose you don't dislike them. It's just that they're not your favourites. But I think it's like everything else. It's obviously we really like those last 2 tracks that we just played.
Yeah,
there. And it's like, because obviously you're listening to them all the time, aren't you? Do you know what I mean? And because you're constantly listening to them all the time, you're going to have your favourites. You're going to have the ones that you're not. Do you have a favourite that you love playing live? Is there a certain song that you love?
Swinging Bombs.
Swinging Bombs. Yeah, so Swinging Bombs, I think it's only like 2 minutes 50 seconds on the record. When we play it live, it's about 5 minutes long.
Yeah.
Yeah, we really that middle section, it breaks out, and so you got the bass slapping and stuff. We stretch that out for about 2 minutes. The guitarist starts playing these mad guitar solos, and the rapper's hyping the crowd. And then like for a minute, we'll all just turn our backs to the crowd and just jam like 5 mates on a stage. I'll send you the video. We're all just literally in our own circle, just enjoying it. Swinging Bombs, probably all of our favourite songs to play live.
Brilliant.
I'd like to see it live. Can't wait to see it live.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right then, I'm just conscious of time. We've 25 minutes left. Where's the time gone? You're only coming on.
It soon disappears.
You're only coming on for half an hour, Luke.
That's fine.
No, I'm joking.
You can imagine how many sets you're going to do up at Smile Studios now. He's had you on for a half hour interview.
I know. Imagine when there's 5 of us.
Oh, we'd have a giggle, wouldn't we?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Oh, we'll definitely. We'll have to come up. We'll have to have a few cheeky ones, I think, don't you?
Yeah, definitely.
I think we'll have to have a couple of cheeky ones.
Definitely.
So, I'm going to play Elevator.
Go on, do it.
Is that all right? Is that all right with you?
I like Elevator. And our guitarist, he doesn't like Elevator. So quick one minute story. We wrote Elevator in the studio when he wasn't there. And
you just made him play it.
Yeah, he came back the next session. We've got this new tune. Oh, so much energy. He's buzzing. We played it for him. Pulled his face. He's hated it ever since.
Snooze, you lose.
I get it though, because I've not been to a rehearsal once, and I came back and the guys were working on something, and I was just like, nope, no way, we're not, no, it's not happening.
No, I'm lead vocalist and guitar player. I'm not playing.
Yeah.
No, you big fat bear.
Take him up all home. That's it.
Right, this is it. Elevator. Let's have it. We're right back after this. Rich, Chris, Lee, and Luke from the Citylightz. Shabba.
Yo, I hit the top button. Soon as I get in the lift, we go into the pinnacle and the dance floor, bars are cold. When we drop these tunes, we kill it up high. Kick it soon as I get out my bit. Max rush, Lipton, don't ever miss a drink. I'm on the squad, we never get people down. And we pass me over in the elevator. Going all the way up, all the way up. I'm on an elevator. Going all the way up, 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 all the way up. I'm on an elevator. Going all the way up.
Rich and Chris and Drive Time.
No. But I think we're back. Back on.
Welcome back. Yeah, we're live back on Smile Radio. Rich, Chris, Lee, and Luke from Citylightz.
We were just talking off air about, you know, when they have a jam in the middle of a record. I just thought I was just using
Like My Fire.
The Doors, Real Like My
Fire.
Fire as an instance where there's a section in that song where it's just instrumental, you know, drums and, you know, I'd sort of say to Luke, I'd like to sing that live and Jim Morrison carry himself off on stage while that were happening. And then that sort of led to their question, do they mess about and, you know, do they play about with their songs when they're live? And obviously Luke's answered that, yes. Do the fans take well to it? Because I know it's building back up to where it should be.
I don't know, we're not lucky. We're in the middle, just having a good time. I don't know.
Right,
no one's ever complained about it. I
No,
assume.
live music like that when you just go off and you're in your own little world. It's just amazing. It's just, I love it.
Video, I don't even think we realised we did it at the time. We were playing Swinging Bombs, and we knew we were extending the middle eight section, that breakdown section. And I turned my back to the audience, and so does the other guitarist, and we walked to the drummer. Like, it's a big stage, so we walked him. I jumped on the platform with the drummer. The bass players jumped on the platform as well. So B, the rapper's turned his back to everybody. He's played air guitar. And just between us, the five of us in that moment, it's just jamming, having a good, you sort of forget there's an audience there. And it's just a great little clip. And then all of a sudden, as the music starts to creep back in and we know the chorus is coming back, we all sort of turn around and edge back to our positions on the stage. You know,
That's
there was
amazing.
no plan, there was no intention to do it, just sort of happened.
Yeah, they're the best.
And no, we always do it.
I've got I forgot to mention, actually, we do a section normally in the second hour, Song for Whatever. I didn't ask you this earlier in the week. I completely forgot. So we normally ask our featured artist to give us a song, and it's a bit of a not a rip-off from Beautiful South, but a song for whatever. And it could be a song, anything to do, anything. So I want you to think, I'll put you on the spot a little bit. You have to answer it right now. Have a think about it.
Come back in 2 weeks' time, Luke.
Yeah. Just come back on with the rest of the band. We'll have a just to say it could be absolutely, and it could be an original, it could be anything. It could be anything. And it could be to do with it could be your mum and dad's wedding song. I don't know. And it's just interesting to get an insight from the artists that we have on to see what songs, not just about, you know, and it's a not a lame question, but what inspires you? You know, I hate all that, you know. We like to keep it completely different. Obviously, people have inspiration from different bands and artists and whatnot, but it's just interesting to see what, you know, song, and that's why Chris come up with a feature, Song for Whatever. What is it? Do you know what I mean? Just have a think about it. So, another question: what was the last live band you went to see?
Was it? I'm trying to think now. I think it was John Mayer. John Mayer, me and I, the other guitarist, both went to see John Mayer at Manchester Arena. I think that was the last gig I went to. The last gig I had booked that got cancelled was Guns N' Roses in London.
Oh,
ouch.
Yeah, I know.
Oh dear. That'd have been a belt.
Yeah, John Mayer. So I'm a big fan of John Mayer, and so is Ad. I mean, not many people are when we speak to him, but if you actually listen to him, if you're into guitar music, he's the best guitarist of our generation.
My daughter likes him, but she likes him through the back door because he's done stuff with Harry Styles.
See, now you've got to ignore his singles because all of his singles are like acoustic love songs and whatnot. Yeah, go on YouTube, just type in John Mayer guitar solo. Get back to me.
Have you ever heard of a guitarist called Mourinho?
Unbelievable.
From
called who? Sorry,
Mourinho.
No.
Google him. Yeah, but he's an old rock. We've had him on. He's amazing. Yeah. He's from Hull, but he's had so much of his music on films, and I mean, he's
Yeah,
a proper. He's, you know, if you think of like an 80s rock band, he's your typical. But what a lovely bloke, great bloke, and an amazing guitarist. If you go, I'll send you a link because he came on.
Yes, I'll have a listen.
And as a guitarist, man, he Chris.
Yeah, his music, his music's really good.
And you know, and he's spent a bit of time down at Abbey Road. He's been there a few times. But yeah, he was telling us a story where he were doing a gig in Hollywood, as you do, and Burt Reynolds came in, and he was listening to him, and he come backstage, and Burt Reynolds, you know, he's like the guitarist from Hull. And he, you know, and this guy just says to him, he says, Burt Reynolds says, I want you to play on my next movie. So he got into Paramount Studio, and he's you know, he's done very, very well out of it. But he's an amazing guitarist. Check him out if you like your guitarist.
Yeah, well, yeah, definitely.
He's the epitome of an 80s rock god, though, isn't he?
Oh yeah.
He embraces it completely.
Honestly, that's where I wish I had long hair, leather pants, jacket.
And his shirt like Simon Cowell opened up to his belly button. But he's got the physique to carry it off as well. But yeah. Hey, neither have I, mate. I've got a proper dad bod.
Lockdown's not done me well, I'll be honest.
Life in general's not done well.
Don't start Chris off.
Yeah, he'll say as the current Mrs. Harris not put a lock on the fridge, fatty, and he's coming.
Richard.
Oh, look at your hair. Oh, Chris, you look like Morrissey out of Smiths.
As long as I'm not as depressed as him.
Yeah.
You are.
Looks like you.
Do a quiff like mine, yeah.
Looks like your ears are on point, innit? You looks like you've been to barbers, haven't you, Luke?
To be honest, though,
I went yesterday.
Beautiful,
to be honest,
is that?
I've decided to go with a mullet. I'm growing a mullet now.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. My hairdresser says it was in fashion. I mean, she went off her head on crack and vaping and that, so I'll have to reevaluate it next week.
Definitely.
I'll get some straight, but no, it breaks the day up, doesn't it? Gives somebody else to laugh at me when I'm walking down the street. Grey haired mullet, get in.
I've said to my daughter, because I did a Britney Spears moment, I shaved it all off, and it was down to wood. I mean, this I ain't done out with it since, but I've threatened my daughter. She's 13. I took her to school today, and I were an extra in there. I don't know if you remember a BBC TV program called The Capture, and I'll send you a link. I were in, Luke. So you know, if you just go to BBC iPlayer, you can catch it again.
Yeah.
And I'm on. We did about 8 hours of filming. Me, Hopper, and Paddy, and we're on for about 30 seconds. And I have dined out on that so much. And there's. I take my daughter to school. She's at high school, so I pulls up outside, and then there's a friend of a friend, and I only know her to say hello. But she always come by and she turns around in her car and she paps her on and waves. And I always say to her, I said, I'm sick of this. I said, she's seen me on Capture. She goes, oh, as if, Dad, as if. I said, have you seen her flirting with me? She says, Daddy, she waved at you. That's not flirting. I said, I'm sick of it. I like a piece of meat. And she hates it. But I don't know if I've told you this. The footage that we did, we signed, you know, like Abbey Road, you had to sign all these disclosures and all this stuff. And they said, can we use, you know, I got paid for it. But,
donuts.
Yeah. So they said, can we use the footage in anything else? And apparently, they're using some of the footage in a Gary Oldman film. God, I hope that comes off. I am going to make her life a misery. I tell you, I'm going to be dining out.
And everybody else as well.
Yeah, and yours, Chris. Yours especially.
That's good.
I
Anyway.
don't begrudge you fame and fortune, Richard, at all. I don't. We're hanging outside a notorious gay haunt in Wakefield. So let's put it into some perspective. You was on mainstream TV, the great TV show, hanging outside. Years ago, that was called importuning. Now you'd have felt TV star.
Well,
you say tomato, I say tomato.
Jealousy's not a nice thing, Chris. That's all I'm going to say. Right then, we're coming up to the last 10 minutes. Give us your last track. What would you off your EPs? Give us another track. You've got full autonomy, Luke.
Got Victims and the Victors then. Oh, this is still there. You get them from Spotify.
You what, mate?
Where you playing them from? Is it Spotify?
I've got Spotify up. Yeah.
The Victims and the Vicars still on there?
I don't think it is.
No.
I didn't notice that.
Oh
when I
yes, it
listened.
is. Victims and it is. It is.
Do that then.
Yeah.
That one.
Don't forget, you need to send me some of your tracks as well, so I can put them on our playlist. Are they on that?
I will do. I've got WAVs. So can you convert them to MP3s?
Yeah.
I'll send you the WAVs.
Yeah, send me that. I can change that. Yeah.
Awesome.
And also, if you ever get a chance, if you want to do as a jingle, you know what I mean.
How would
Or-
you jingle?
Do you know what? I'll just wait for that. By the way, can you just do as a jingle as well? Like, can you
Well,
do this? Can you-
it's nice to get because all the bands just to say, you know what to say. You know what to
You're
say.
gonna have one. We're gonna have one with Barrymore's name in it as well.
Barrymore. That's another name for Lee. Why'd you call him Barrymore, Chris?
Blonde hair, likes pulls.
Right then.
And White's Pulse.
Right.
It's the first time I've heard that one.
He keeps referring to you as Barrymore now. I wondered why.
No idea.
Anyway,
Absolutely no idea.
Luke, I've no idea either, mate. So I'm as puzzled as you. I'm absolutely. I don't want to go into the world of Chris Oakland. It's a dark, dark place. Anyway, look at him.
Why? You make me sound out to be unwell.
There's moments, Chris. There's moments. Right, this is
Yeah, on
Victims.
them moments though, you laugh and you nearly pee your pants when I
Yeah.
laugh up.
Yeah. This is a funny start. I'll send you the video clip of this. We were in the studio when he could come in the studio with me. He walked in, opening gambit. What? I said, "Hey, Chris, how you doing, mate? How you been?" He says, "Not good, mate. Not good at all. Health. Sick of it. I've got what is it? Vitamin D deficiency, athlete's foot, and erectile dysfunction." And I just completely lost it for about 3. And normally you'd say, "Yeah, not bad, mate. Thanks. Yeah, been steady away, been working." Yeah. No, and then it was the erectile dysfunctional that threw me. And for about 3 minutes, I've gone. I can't even speak. But anyway, one of them be there moments. Right.
Died laughing.
Victims and the Victors. This is Citylightz.
The Victors.
Let's have it.
When a man is looking directly back at you in the mirror, is that who you think you are? Or do you think you are suffering illusions of your own grandeur? Feeling like a big steaming pile of manure, like we started from the bottom and we came from the sewer. We've been grinding so hard, we feel like we Jewels. Waiting for my dinner, couple kisses off of Judas. When you shoot for the stars, they shoot back at the shooters. Dark fools get buried with lemons and blueberries, but it seems too sketchy to see the bigger picture. We play the victims and the victors, but we're never staying down, counting every time they kicked us. Every time they kicked us. Every time they kicked us. We play the victims and the victors, but we're never staying down, counting every time they kicked us. Every time they kicked us. Every time they kicked us. Now I can't promise that I lived a good one, but I found a deeper meaning, now I fully understood one. Love for all my riders, no sympathy for the shook ones. If all the wrongs for me right, we'd have had the whole book done. When I look up to the heavens above, wondering if anybody's gonna be there when I come. What if I don't reach? I talk real cocky nowadays, like my place is already guaranteed. Dark fools get buried with lemons and blueberries, but it seems too sketchy to see the bigger picture. We play the victims and the victors, but we're never staying down, counting every time they kicked us. Every time they kicked us. Every time they kicked us. We play the victims and the victors, but we're never staying down, counting every time they kicked us. Every time they kicked us. Every time they kicked us. Victims and the victors, but we're never staying down, counting every time they kicked us. Every time they kicked us. Every time they kicked us. play the victims and the victors, but we're never staying down and counting every time they kicked us. Every time they kicked us. Every time they kicked us. We play the victims and the victors, but we never staying down and counting every time they kicked us.
College Grove Nursery in Wakefield has been providing the highest standard of childcare for over 22 years. Situated on Eastmore Road, we are close to the M1 and M62 motorway network and also convenient for Wakefield city centre, schools and major places of employment. For more details, check out our website at www.collegegrovenursery.co.uk or give us a call on 01924 200 120 to arrange a visit. College Grove, a special nursery which takes a hand, opens a mind and touches a heart.
Welcome back. Helps if you turn your mic on.
There we go.
At least we're live. At least we know we're live, don't they? So that is Citylightz. I like that. I really, really like that.
What is that? Nice guitar.
I've not, to be honest, that's the first time I've heard that one.
The reason I asked if it was still on there is because, so you know, we replaced They Don't Know Me the other week, and we've got that new version on.
Yeah.
And we've just done the same for Victims and the Victors. So in the next 24 hours, that version you just heard will disappear, and then there'll be nothing, and then the new one will go on.
I like that. That's the first time I've heard that. I like the guitar,
So
and
it's
I'm not.
one of my favourites of the record.
Yeah, I really, really like that. That's, you know, it's the first time listening to it. I'm going to give it another one afterwards as well. I'm gonna,
The guitar, though, is really good.
I wonder who that was. Who was that? Was that you, Luke?
Which bit? The fast solo?
Yeah.
No, that's all. Mate, honestly, he's a genius. He's unbelievable. You want to hear the stuff he plays on the new record? God, he is one of the best guitarists I've ever heard. Not, you know, I don't say it just because he's my mate and he's in the band. He's just phenomenal. He's unbelievable.
Well,
The new record, he really takes some of those guitar solos to another level.
Yeah,
So-
it's just bang on.
it is. I really, really like that. I'm not just saying it, but like I said, it's the first time I've heard it, and I'm thinking, oh, hello. I like that.
It's a little bit punk, really. It's like got just a bit of sleaze to it, like a bit of,
Yeah,
you know,
it's good.
It like.
So, have you had a chance to a little thought on your song for whatever?
Yeah, go on. I'm going to throw this one out there. Remember when we spoke on the phone? Was it last week? I told you I was doing some gardening.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I just had a little look out my window. And I just saw my grass and how green it was and awesome and how proud I was. So I want to go for Guns N' Roses, Paradise City, where the grass is green and the girls are pretty. One because they're my favourite band. And to be fair, they probably what got me and Ad both into music. You know, Guns N' Roses were our
Well, I think
early teen days.
I think it's a fitting way to sign off the show. I just want to say
Brilliant tune.
thanks for coming on, Luke. Really, really enjoyed your company.
No,
Loving your
good.
music.
Top lad, Luke.
Yeah, cheers, pal.
And
Enjoyed it.
top
Thanks,
man.
thanks for having me.
Top man.
we'll have to get it when the guys can all come on again, and we'll have
Yeah,
a,
we'll really look at us. Because the other lad who's going to come on, he's a firefighter. And sometimes he just gets called in and that's it. He's got to go do firefighter stuff. Because, you know, I know we feel like we're rock stars and we all live in a big mansion together or something, but we're just five normal people who outside the world of music have just got very boring,
jobs,
normal, unexciting jobs.
like we all have.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah,
That's
really.
it. So, but yeah, I'd definitely love to arrange it, get something again and get the guys on. That'd be really good.
That'd be brilliant. So I just want to say, don't forget, coming up and after us, we've got the Mad as a Fish, Colonel Backers, 6 till 7. 7 till 8, we have the JJ Kane, quite good radio show. And then 8 till 10, we've got the Indie Artist playlist. And 10 till 12, we've got Punk and the Princess show. So don't forget, if you've missed this show or any other show, you can catch it again. Go to our website, smileradio.co/on demand. You can listen again, or you can download a podcast for £1. All the proceeds go to help keep the station going. So every little helps. As I said, the elephant having a wee in the sea. So all I have to do is say thanks very much. Take care, guys. Luke, you're an absolute legend. If you want to stay on the...
See you later, guys.
Cheers, fellas. See you later.
So this is...
See you later. Speak to you again soon.
Stay safe and don't forget, give us 3 rings when you get in, yeah?
Well, then.
Take care, mate. See you soon.
Yeah.
Hey, pal.